Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to another video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Also, if you haven't been watching my journey, I'm going to link it at the end as an end screen, maybe even up above before the video is over, but it's definitely going to be linked as an end screen for you to see my entire journey and what actually caused me to gain the weight that I have currently and still trying to lose. Okay, I'll just give you like a little brief synopsis of what the deal was. Yes, I have lost over 80 pounds, and I would say that I've seen the most of the bulk of it in the past 9 months. I would say May of last year was when I really just like kind of went in, tried to find out what was going on. As far as like, I always ate healthy and everything, but the medications and stuff that I was on that I had got off were still in my system, and I, had to drop the weight. I had gained like over 70 something pounds, or definitely over 70 something pounds from taking a medicine for anxiety, depression. And, the thing was, not only that it made me gain weight, but it raised my triglycerides up to a heart attack stroke level, in which I was so afraid, and I decided, look, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to reverse this naturally? I don't want to take medication. I don't want to, do anything crazy or whatever. I just want to lose this weight. I want to get my triglycerides down, which is, triglycerides is the bad cholesterol. You don't want your triglycerides to be over like 150, and mine were at 700. So you'll see that in the videos before this, and I promise I will definitely link it as an end screen, and I'll try to link it up above as well. But go back and check those out, and then you'll understand a little bit better. Okay, I have not been a meat eater. I haven't had red meat in over 32 years. I'll be 50 years old in June. It was pertinent to me that I got my health in optimum condition because I have a 12-year-old child, and I am the only person who will definitely be able to care for her, take care of her in all ways possible. I don't have anybody else that can show her how to be the woman that she needs to grow up in being. So I didn't want to die. I don't want to leave here. So a lot of people think that losing weight means that you have to take away so much stuff. And I think that's the fear. A lot of people are like, well, I don't want to deprive myself of this. I don't want to deprive myself of that. Anything too drastic will make you fail, So just a little background. I haven't eaten beef or pork since I was 18. Again, that's 32 years. I'll be 50 in June. Chicken and fish, turkey, all of that past 4 years. I think come this August it'll be 4 years. Wasn't eating processed stuff like pasta. I wasn't eating rice. Well, still don't eat rice, don't eat pasta, and I don't eat potatoes, period. Sweet potatoes, baked potatoes, white potatoes, whatever color potatoes, red potatoes. I don't eat any of that. I haven't done that in like 16 years. So I was already off to a good start, right? But the medication is what knocked me off my square big time, which Seroquel is a medication that is known to take you off of that. But let me tell you what really changed for me. Prior to doing a green smoothie cleanse with some other people from my YouTube channel, I was doing it on my own. I was doing like 2 to 3 at the most, normally 2 green smoothie shakes a day, which consisted of kale. I wanted antioxidants, so I had blueberries. I had a half a banana. Be careful with the bananas because the bananas can be like really sweet, and if you have any problems as far as diabetes or whatever, type 2 diabetes, you want to make sure that you limit your banana intake and don't, kind of don't overdo it with a lot of fruit. So kale, bananas, I was using flaxseed. I still do use flax seeds. I use just regular water. A lot of people, may use almond milk or different things. I just prefer to keep it really simple. I don't drink milk. I could do almond milk though. I don't drink regular milk or coconut milk, not processed coconut milk, unless it's coming straight from the coconut, then I don't do it. But with that being said, so it started off with green smoothies. It was supposed to be a 10-day thing. I continued on and just kept doing it for a while. Still wasn't really noticing anything, and went to the doctor in July. That was in May. Started back the year before in August. So let's say 2018. In August 2018 was when I started. And then in May, I did the 10-day cleanse with a group of people. Then I continued on. Went to the doctor in July and found out that my triglycerides were higher than they were to begin with. I mean, it was like 500 and something. They had went up to over 700. I think it was like 722 or 7 something. I wanted to reverse that. In the process of reversing it, I was eating more fiber. I added more fiber to my diet. Way more fiber. I added oats. I added chia seeds. I added anything with omega-3. Anything that said it consisted of a large amount of fiber. No processed foods. I cut out bread. That was just something I wanted to do. I felt like that would help me with, you know, just feeling better, getting back better. That was part of the weight loss part. I was like, okay, if I just quit eating bread, you know, I could drop some of this weight. But the other stuff was, you know, strictly about I wanted my cholesterol to go down. So some of the things that I added to my diet, definitely I would say drink, and this is something I have been doing for many years, but for those who are not into drinking H2O, make sure that you drink half of your body weight in water. Rule number 1, make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you're putting enough, you're hydrating your body enough to keep everything flowing. I tried something from Dr. Furhman called the GBOMBS, so I could incorporate other things that I really needed to stay healthy. Now, mind you, I'm the type of person who doesn't like to be full. I don't like a lot of food on my plate. I don't like that full feeling or that itis people get after they eat, you know, meals. So, you know, that was never a problem, overeating. What I did was the GBOMBS. Greens. I started to incorporate more greens, anything green into my life, especially the kale. The kale was like number 1. Greens. The next one, beans. That was something that my doctor told me back in July of 2019 that I definitely needed to incorporate into my diet to lower my cholesterol. I needed the greens. I needed the beans, which have a lot of fiber, packs a punch of fiber, which, you know, regulates your digestive system. So you want to make sure that you are getting beans. Now, some of the beans that I do intake are garbanzo or chickpeas. I do black beans. I do lentils. Well, that's another thing. Onions. I always incorporate onions, red onions, yellow onions. Don't really use white onions, but onions, definitely. Now, we're talking about the GBOMBS. Again, this is Dr. Furhman's GBOMBS. So I went through the greens, any type of greens. I mean, make sure that you're eating salads. Make sure that you're incorporating a lot of, you know, reference stuff that will easily flow through your body. Okay? And you have to work out along with this. Don't think that you're just going to sit around and just not move. You know, I'm constantly moving. If I'm watching a video, I'm moving, I'm dancing, I'm listening to music, I'm moving, I'm dancing. I have a dance class, a West African dance class that I take every week. I try to take every week when my daughter is not having a lot of homework. I also just dance with my daughter at home. We do it together. So we went over greens, beans, onions. Onions definitely aid in everything that I'm telling you about as far as the GBOMBS, aid in helping your body to fight disease, or some people say disease, dis-ease, as well as, you know, get your body in order. And the cherry on top is you can lose weight. So that's greens, beans, onions. Here's the hard part. Mushrooms. For me, I never really cared for mushrooms. I learned how to incorporate mushrooms in a way that I didn't have to look at it as like an actual mushroom. I was able to, I make my mushrooms into like a sauce. That's a recipe that I came up with from looking at other people's recipes, and I said, well, I can eat it in this form as long as I'm not chewing it and it's a smooth consistency, and I can use it like as a topper for like my black bean crumbles or something like that. It would help. So that's greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries. Berries, I already spoke about the antioxidants in blueberries. Berries are something that I love. So I make sure that daily I consume at least a cup of berries. I have my blueberries along with my smoothie in the morning. I have blackberries on top of my chia seed pudding, which I probably will, if you're subscribed, you'll see it. I'll probably post a recipe of my chia pudding. Or, you know, you can also just Google or even on YouTube, just type in chia seed pudding. Chia seeds pack in a lot of omega-3 and a lot of fiber that you need to, again, regulate your digestive system and clean out toxins and stuff. So you want to make sure that you're adding that to it. So that was the berries. And then I said the seeds already. Flax seeds are something that I use, again, high in omega. I use sunflower seeds. I use the chia seeds is something on a daily basis. I mean, it helps you to your elimination to be easier, faster, smoother. I mean, it really cleanses out your body. And I noticed, like, normally around a 2 to 3 pound weight loss per week, along with working out. Now, again, you have to make sure that you're keeping your body hydrated. Do what works for you. Don't, if it feels like it's too much and you feel like you're gonna fail because, oh, you know, I did have an advantage. I hadn't had beef or pork in over 30 something years, you know. But I mean, I'm not saying that you can't partake in having that and still not. I mean, you can still lose weight. That was just something that I had done a long time ago for me. You know, make sure you check with a doctor and find out what it is that you need for your body to help you to lose weight. They may refer you to a nutritionist. Go ahead, see the nutritionist. They'll tell you what it is that's going on with your body. Like if you're having high blood pressure, if you're having type 2 diabetes, if you're having issues with other areas in your life, I mean, other health problems, you know, they'll be able to guide you. A holistic health coach also will be able to guide you into what you need for your body. See, what I need for my body is probably, it could be totally different than what you need. But one thing that everybody needs to do is to move their bodies. Make sure that you're moving around. Make sure that you're staying busy. Get at least 30 minutes to an hour in a day of movement. They say 10,000 steps. Okay, they have little, excuse me, little watches, little Fitbit watches, which can calculate your steps. I had a little ankle thing or whatever that I kept on my foot. I would do over 10,000 steps. 10,000 was like the number that you were shooting for. But move around, do something. I started walking my daughter to school. Instead of driving her in the morning, I started walking her. That was just like 2 blocks. In the beginning, it was pure, you know what, it was hard because I had an excessive amount of weight on me, so it was making my lower back hurt, and then I already had lower back pain, so it was like, you know, but I made it through. Then as soon as the weight started dropping, it was just like, wow, okay, it felt better. Now walking 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, half mile, it's not a problem. Again, this has been going on for about 9 months. You know, I would say the walking part, because my daughter, you know, she goes to school not too far from here. I just started doing the walking part back in September. But I was at home, always in the mirror dancing, always moving around. And then, you know, last summer we also had started the West African dance class, in which I couldn't keep up. I couldn't move around like everybody else was doing. And now when people see me, you know, when I'm able to go to class, they're like, wow, you've lost so much weight. And yes, it's come from dancing. Yes, it's come from changing my eating habits. Another thing, cook your own foods. Do not go out to restaurants. I don't care about Burger King having the the whatever burger, what is it called? Some type of vegan burger or whatever, the Impossible Burger, all of that type of stuff. You're still having bread. You're still having fried potatoes along with it. You're still having a soda. That's another thing. I haven't had a soda since I was probably in my teens. I don't put that type of sugary type beverage into me. I do not drink alcohol. Alcohol carries a lot of sugar, a lot of empty calories, something that will bloat your stomach up very fast. Be mindful. Everything in moderation. I'm not saying stop doing everything, but try to do everything in moderation. Watch your portions. Definitely try doing green smoothies. Green smoothies help. If you have a NutriBullet, if you have a really good blender, make sure that you are incorporating getting your vegetables one way or another. Try to do as much raw as possible. Salads are good. Don't use iceberg lettuce because it doesn't have any type of nutritional value. Romaine lettuce is good. Spinach is good. Kale is good. Kale I had to get used to. Again, I use that in my smoothies mostly. I like to make up my own salad dressings. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat butter. I don't do anything. I hate saying, the word vegan because it sounds so much like keto. It's like, this is something, I lived a vegan lifestyle long time ago. It wasn't a fad when I was doing it or anything. And the reason why I'm back on that, it's not because, I had incorporated meat and stuff back into my diet. It was just, I had started back eating chicken and fish and turkey. Those are the only things that I had to rid myself of. And that was 4 years ago. And still, I didn't do it to lose weight. I did it because my daughter had suggested it after we went to our local little garden, and they showed her how she could have pizza without all the garbage that can go on pizza. You can have vegetables. I started making cauliflower crust. I make my own vegan cheese. But again, it's not a fad. You have to do what works for you. What works for me may not work for you. But start off slowly. Find out what it is. What is it that made you gain weight in the first place? Were you sitting around watching television and feeling like you had to have a snack while you were doing so? If that was the case, find healthy alternatives. If you have to have sweets or so, if you have to have chocolate, if you're a chocoholic, make sure that you're eating very dark chocolate, good chocolate, That's not a problem of mine, but my daughter, that's something that she totally enjoys. So I make sure that, she has, a nice piece of dark chocolate at least once a week or so. You don't want to totally deprive yourself, because when you deprive yourself, that's when you're going to start feeling like, oh God, and then when you have a cheat day, you're going to overindulge, which I don't believe in cheat days. I just believe in just doing everything in moderation. You know what I mean? First step that we're going to do, and I'm going to wind this up, we're going to make sure that our intake of water is absolutely on point. You're going to want to cut away any type of sugary drinks. You're going to want to stop eating out at fast food restaurants. Now, if you want to go to a restaurant where they have like salads that are not 1,000,000 calories. You're going to want to probably pre-make your own dressings and stuff. You can use like a vinaigrette, a red wine vinaigrette type dressing or something like that. Maybe if you don't want to cut out bread totally, maybe minimize the amount of bread that you're eating. Cauliflower crust, yes, I know that you could buy those in stores, but it costs so much more to buy it inside of a store, and it tastes so much better when you make it yourself. It's very simple, very easy. I will be providing recipes on my channel on the community post board very soon. I've already started. I posted my black bean crumbles, which black beans, that was a way of me incorporating black beans into my diet. I make it into a crumble, easy to make tacos, easy to use in a lot of different things. Same thing with lentils. You can make lentils, the kind of like beigeish color one, they're like a tan color. You can use those for making like nuggets, form them into little nuggets. If if you don't like eating lentil soup, there's a lot of different things that you could do with lentils. You could spiral different vegetables and make that into like your pasta. Pasta was never my thing, but it was my daughter's thing. So that's something that I do for her. So we're going to cut back. We're going to exercise. We're going to make sure we have our water. We're going to cut out sugary drinks. We're going to try to incorporate the GBOMBS. Again, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, seeds. Not only will that help you out with losing weight, but it will also help you out with preventing, preventative measures of different diseases, stomach problems, health issues. Dr. Furhman can tell you better than I can. Check out his videos. Dr. Furhman, I'll put him in the description box as well. Check out some of his videos. He keeps it real simple and to the point. 7 minutes. He could talk about it faster than I can and tell you all the benefits. Minimize your portions. Get started today. Just get started. I mean, you don't have to wait because, oh, it's Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or it's the beginning of the month. You can start whatever day it is. If it's Wednesday and you're watching this video, get started Wednesday. It can be done. I've done it. I'm doing it. I don't feel deprived of anything. I'll be honest. I've actually incorporated way more food than I was intaking before. I don't eat a lot, but I'm saying the variety of stuff that I've been adding to my diet has been phenomenal. I mean, a lot of stuff that I wouldn't ordinarily eat, and I don't feel hungry or anything like that. And I'm satisfyingly full without feeling the itis or anything like that. So I'm not trying to tell anybody to be vegan, raw, anything. I'm just saying watch your portions. Make sure alcohol, again, that's another point. It's okay to drink alcohol, I believe, as long as you do it in moderation. Moderation is another key factor. I do believe in using smaller plates and using a hand-sized portion of different things. If it's bigger than your hand and it's on your plate, then you can, kind of minimize it to that. Eating your fruits and stuff. Bananas can, again, be a little bit high in sugar. So if you have problems with type 2 diabetes, or also avocados are great. Incorporate avocados into your smoothies and make them super smooth. I know I'm all over the place because, I'm just doing an update. I'm excited to have gone from a size 24, I want to say, down to a size 16 in less than 9 months. So that's what, 16, 18, 22, and 224. That's a nice amount of sizes, I'm back into my regular, well, not into all of my regular clothes, but still by the time I turn 50 in June, I feel like I'll be back in my suits, my outfits and stuff that are classics that I want to get back in. So please drop a like on this video. Please make sure you check out all the other videos so you can find out exactly what happened to me, what was going on that made me gain the weight in the first place. Keep moving. If you like videos talking about nutrition and exercise and working out and stuff like that, or just, how you can lose weight and you want to just get a jump start, leave me a comment down below and let me know that that's something that you're interested in. Please, and by all means, please subscribe. I do try to answer everybody on my channel to the best of my abilities. Some questions, if I already answered it in my video and you're just asking me a question without even watching the video, 9 times out of 10, it may or may not get answered because I'm going to answer the questions, especially for the people that are subscribed to me. I'm going to answer their questions are going to be priority, as well as, again, stuff that I haven't already mentioned in the video that shows me you didn't pay attention at all. So if you have to rewind the video and listen again, please do so. But know that it's possible. You can do it. We could do it together. If you would like to, I don't like to really call it a challenge, but if you would like to do a little detox cleanse or so, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'll do it with you. Okay, so peace and love, everyone. Hopefully this is some information that may help you. Yes, I'm on my way to being back to the size that I want to be. Not only that, I'm healthy on the inside, and that means more to me than my clothes fitting or anything else. It means a lot because I have a child to take care of, and I'll be 50, and she'll be 13. I'll be 50. So I had her at a later age than most people do. So I just want to be able to run around, do different things that I need to do with her. I want to keep up with her in African dance. I want to keep up with her in karate. I want to move around the soccer field with her. With that being said, again, check out the other videos. The link will be at the end of the screen. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.